Coffee indeed. Good morning, good morning. All right. What's up? Morning, good morning, good morning. Haven't had time to look at any thoughts. Yeah, we got to see what's up with the news and the London hour trade situation. There's a spike, activity across local markets, especially in Paris. I have not even looked at the chart, so yeah, let me get caught up. Let's see. But here's the thing. Right, with the London hour trade. Do we want to mess with that before news? Like I've been saying, the one loss so far for the year was before high impact news. It was something big. I forgot what it was. Was it an interest rate decision? I don't know if it was something that big now. But it was big. I mean, this isn't a number coming out. Policy report hearings. It's hearings. But, I mean, you got to say it's going to add some element of risk if you're about to get it. If you're in this trade, which we can look for in 2 minutes, starting in 2 minutes, and then this comes out, right? Who the heck knows? So think of it like a random element gets thrown in there. And whatever it may affect beforehand leading up to it. So there's that. But let me get my levels in at least, and we'll see what we want to do. Like I say, that one loss so far in the year was before high impact news as far as this London hour trade. I went smaller risk. I could go smaller risk. I could skip it. We could not get a setup anyway. We'll see. But that's the thing today with this trade. I got to make sure I'm on live chat, not top chat. Because top chat will filter out some chat messages. So make sure you're all on live chat. With that option in the chat. Well, at least I'm getting my levels in, and then we could see what we want to do. And yeah, I'll figure out what the heck. 310. Okay, see what the heck went on back there. Somebody fell on a keypad and it hit a few extra zeros. Well, that's funny. Let's check a different broker. Looks the same, so it's real. Looks identical. Everything. It hit everywhere, huh? At that time. Huh. Accumulating on Bitcoin? Mm-hmm. I see you. Little mini earthquake went on there. That's weird. Looks like the yen is most exaggerated. Here's their yen index. Most exaggerated with the yen. Here's the 1 minute chart. Jeez. I mean, normally that's weakness, but yeah, what the heck? Whatever. That's weird. I'll call it an anomaly. There you go. Well, that's an anomaly, guys. Good morning, good morning. Cheers, cheers, coffee drinkers. Clink. Oh, yeah. So that's the thing today with this wonderful thing that we have called London Hour Trade. This is the thing about it today. Sorry to repeat myself, but I know people are kind of coming in. Again, the London Hour Trade. We have to deal with this news, high impact news. More days than not, we don't have this issue. Again, the one loss this year so far. Out of whatever it is, 10 trades, 11 trades. Well, technically, I cut that pound yen short, but it turned out to be. Anyway, the only time we had a problem and didn't end up profitable was that one time before news. And I think it was higher impact news. This is a policy report hearings, blah, blah, blah. It's not a number coming out. So that's something to consider if we get a setup on the London Hour Trade. Additional risk out there just because of that. I'll just put it that way, right? It's some additional risk adds risk to the situation. Medium impact, Mr. Dean, is how you would classify it, even though it's high impact here. Other websites may have it listed as medium. Yeah, I feel like hearings, it's like, what is it, long-winded policy report? Whatever. People testify. Does anybody care? Testify on inflation and the economic outlook. Does anybody care what these people are going to say? It's medium on your FOREX factory. Telling you, they mess with us with this stuff. One person sees a piece of news that another person doesn't see. What is going on? Okay, well, either way, it's a little something there. It's not the biggest thing. It's not numbers coming out. Let's call it medium impact. So, do we want to deal with it? We'll see what happens. Now you refreshed and it's high, so there you go. All right, yeah, that's what I was saying yesterday. Like, you got to refresh this thing. They update it, they add things, they take it away. Every now and then they'll change the time of something. I guess as far as when they get updated. But changing the impact is kind of funny. So we'll see. Maybe I'll take it on. I'm definitely thinking, not to go full risk no matter what. So it's either I take it on a smaller risk or I don't take it at all. 3/4 risk? Half risk? It's the no regrets approach, right? So what does that mean? If I get in before news and I take a loss and it goes wacky on news and it just sucks, I would regret a full position loss. Half position would be less regrettable. If it played out and I'm not in it, that would be annoying too. Just to not take it at all and watch it go. I got to find some middle ground. But of course, I'll keep my standards high, like yesterday, like we do. We don't have to take it. Don't have to. That's my thinking. So dealing with pound news while hunting for the London hour setup, adding additional risk. Consider what you're comfortable with. We'll see if it even sets up or what this thing does. So that's in 40 minutes. Okay. So meanwhile, let me get caught up. What's going on? Yesterday, it got quiet during our live session. Volume really dropped off. We ended, let's see, the euro dollar. I'm just getting caught up. Didn't really go anywhere yesterday. Pound didn't go. Well, that short played out, didn't it? The one we didn't take. Wow. It did a little something, didn't it? Yeah, it did. It went like 60 pips. Oh, well. Well, even that one worked. Wow, okay. But again, you notice we start and end the day pretty much in the same areas. We know we had a weak Australian dollar yesterday. We never got this, but that it's just an option. You have to see when it gets there. Not much happened yesterday. What was this news U.S. session? That didn't bring really much, huh? Not much happened yesterday. No really high volume. A lot of these pairs just start the day, end the day pretty similar in price and didn't do much. It was just that kind of day. During the live session, we had one little scalp. And looking back, yeah, there wasn't really much to get. What was it? Here we shorted? I think so. Here. I don't know. Watch the stream. We shorted this. But let's see. That's weird, that stuff there. Let's see what happens with the London hour. Let's see what we want to do. But yesterday doesn't help. I was already saying, what's going on in the chat? I was already saying it's not the cleanest background as far as identifying the phase we're in. We had a few really down-trending days structurally. February 2nd, 3rd, 6th on some of these pairs. But since then, it's just kind of going sideways. We're not seeing clearly accumulation or redistribution to make a good prediction, plot out where we want to do things. Some of these are just flopping around after that downtrend. Strength. You went long AJ late yesterday afternoon, and when I checked at 4:40 in the morning, I was up around 20 pips. Well, hoping for further and found that I had been stopped out. Huh? I usually don't, actually, pretty much never anymore hold trades past, I don't know, late New York session. By that point, I'm getting out. As far as the spot forex, everything else I hold. Do you want this? Yes, we do. So, not very eventful. Euro dollar, not very eventful yesterday. This news madness we already talked about that, didn't give much. So since the down move is just, whatever. It's like the market's waiting, right? Waiting to do something. At least we're up here. We can see what's going to happen if we get into new high ground. That'll be very telling about sell activity. We get a fake break, a real break. Because this, again, yesterday, this whole day was just inside the range of the previous day. We never really went anywhere. We could finally go somewhere we haven't seen in a few days if we can get above here. That will be very telling. New high ground. Haven't seen in a few days. So we'll take it as it comes. Ah, we're already seeing weakness there, huh? Okay. So just that reaction alone, I got to keep an eye on these. Just that reaction alone so far says we may, and it could pop up again and do a fake break and see that high volume. But that says more likely to come down. Let me see. I got to draw that right on there. So it is a fake break. Okay, good. Well, now we have a projection. That didn't take too long. There it is. To simplify it, we see supply coming in. Let's see if that confirms as weakness and what happens from there. I mean, as I say, fake break in a range is the best thing, right? We had some of these already like pre-marked talking about range trades. What was it? I think I took it off the chart, but range trades. So that is something to consider. The more selling, the more high volume weakness, rejection up here, the better it is. Okay. I'm skipping the pound dollar because we're just looking at it as the London hour thing right now. But there's generally this confluence here with this situation. And that will be the equivalent of that. We'll see if we can actually get there. But that's the thing about these last few days. Pretty uneventful besides a news spike that went nowhere. A very quiet day yesterday that didn't really move. So now what, right? The best thing to do is move around, get into some new prices we haven't seen in a couple of days. That would be ideal. And see what happens there. This doesn't have to be a short. It could break out and say it's a real breakout, right? But we need a new price area that's just going to be helpful. Mr. Dean, I don't know if that's even likely to ever happen. Because if you consider those trades, you gotta go somewhere. Like what would be an example of that, you know? I mean, the thing is, while I'm looking for the London hour trade itself, I'm not looking to do any other methods on the pound dollar and the pound yen. So in that case, they're likely to either work together or I don't really see a conflict, though. Very hypothetical. But I don't really see that happening. But in the first couple hours here, looking for the London hour trade, that's what I want to do with the pound dollar, pound yen. So I'm kind of sticking to that as those are reserved for that trade. So, of course, looking for the London hour trade, considering there's additional risk because high impact news. It's not the biggest deal in the world, but it's there. If there's a setup before, we got to consider that additional risk. If we maybe see the setup at that time of day, 5 minutes after it's confirming an entry, do we take that? Definitely more risky. It's not to the point where I feel like it's something that shouldn't be traded. Maybe small risk. Do what you're comfortable with. We'll see what we get. But where do we leave off? Yeah, Mr. Dean, if there's like a particular example of something that you're not sure what to do with, let me know. But generally, the pound dollar, pound yen are reserved for this trade for the first 2 or 3 hours. And I think 99% of the time it wouldn't happen anyway. For me, I mean, generally, this crazy spike aside, like on the pound yen, am I really looking to take a trade in this area anyway? Not really, no. I'm drawing fib retracements, maybe fake break of support and things, but that would line up with this trade and be the same thing. A lot of it's either going to be like the same thing or somewhere else, you know? So yeah, we have the weakness coming in on the euro dollar on a fake break in a range. Not defined as accumulation or distribution, just simply a range because that's what the chart is saying. There's no pre-positioning in any particular direction and all those characteristics of accumulation distribution. It's not there. It's a new spike and then it's a quiet market. That's been the range. And in that case, the fake breakouts are by default. Okay, well, that's what I'm looking for then. You could target the middle and the bottom. 2 targets, simply put. So that's an option. See what the euro and the dollar are doing separately. But yeah, that is very clean there. And we can see if we get this situation. Well, it'd be pretty early to see something like this. Normally these patterns tend to set up in the U.S. session. But let's see if we get the old, let's see if I draw it. 14 EMA test. No demand. Yeah, something like that. I won't draw the EMA. All right, that's the pattern. But we'll set up, we'll see if we set up an automatic support. First level of support after weakness. It's normally off the 14 EMA. That's a little far away, so it might use this. And we haven't gotten to see this in a little while. It's usually during US. So the weakness is confirmed, and we're testing for buyers here. We're testing at the 14 EMA. This is the first really early level to tell us about buyers. It's kind of too early because we're still in this bar. And we're not at the 14 EMA, which is very reliable. I try to draw that. All right, that's kind of the template. Drawing the template of what I'd want to see for an entry. Of course, if it does anything, it'll be information. No demand. Both pound pairs are very close or in a fib zone. Do you consider this when it comes to the London hour, or do you focus on a breakout before you consider? It's nice when things agree. For a time, I was really saying it's nice for things to agree, and notice I didn't draw it, though. And get some sort of additional confirmation. This, if that's what you're talking about, there's a few here. No, that's the one that's in play. Okay. Or, actually, let me go from there. That's not something I would worry about now. Any fib here, anyway. I mean, we already know this is it's a 618, but it's also a resistance, so I would kind of just treat it the same anyway. Doesn't have much bearing on it. Nah. It's nice to have additional confirmation, but they kind of work together the same anyway. If that's a fib level, it's breaking on low volume or it's rejecting on high volume. It's kind of, you treat it all the same anyway, kind of. And this one This mouse double clicks by itself, so if you're wondering why I spaz out here, I gotta get a new mouse. Yeah, that might be good to draw. Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, we want to know about that. Good point. Highlight it. Okay. Actually, I don't want to confuse London hour levels, so I'll get rid of it. But okay, yeah, good to know there's a 618 there. Yep. A lot of times you see this on these reversal patterns where if the 14 EMA is far away, you'll get something like the previous resistance turn support as the test area, and then you'll test there as well. Because if sellers are testing for buyers, if you're finding out about buy activity, this is the first spot in this case, because it's right either a break test continuation or a fake break. So that's the answer to that coming in. I'd rather it be a fake break and potentially short. See the 1 minute. The best thing to see is the highest price. Highest price is showing the highest volume. So yes, and yes, nice. See the dip in volume at the lower price. This is actually a double top fake break already. If you look at that pattern, the price did do it. Those two tops are 5 minutes apart. Yeah. Nice rejections. So, obviously this is like my main regular, the bullseye trade method. So, it's not like London hour where I'm just going short already. No demand. Right? Mr. Grayling, our field reporter, says volume spike earlier in the day was with the Swedish bank hiking rates. Sweden hiked interest rates, so it was an interest rate decision. That always you expect a bit of craziness, so that makes sense. Thank you. You know, Forex Factory can't put that on the chart on the calendar. Come on. If it's going to affect the market like that, maybe you should put it on the calendar. So we are hunting the London hour trade, keeping in mind additional risk today with news coming up for the pound. See what we're comfortable with, and potentially euro dollar short off a fake break where I would normally look to short in the first place in the situation of a range, no accumulation or distribution by definition, and then our volume shows up and a really nice fake break, quick one. So we're on our way potentially to a good setup. Now we can test for demand a little lower. Would be nice. But yeah, that's the template that I drew basically. It's kind of likely to do it, but it doesn't mean it has to, and it's all information. But that's the template of what the market's going to do here. So I'm just thinking about if I'm selling this euro, what's all the elements going on at the moment? Am I expecting a strong U.S. dollar? To help in that short? I really would want that. We can get above that. Is the euro generally the weaker one here? It's seen the volume, and it's in a really good spot, and it's not a coincidence. But is it particularly weak? I'm just comparing. Let's see the yen pairs. Looks about average. Let's compare euro to pound, average, choppy. Let's compare euro Swiss. Well, it's moved up. It's not particularly weak. It would be really a dollar-driven situation. This would have to go well. Dollar index moving up. Unless, of course, the euro gets weak at some point along the way on the entry. But, yeah, we pretty much need that to go on. You're shorting the euro dollar. No, I would definitely not mess with that. Frankfurt hour trade on EU. I would not. Take a look at it. Back test. I don't think so. Euro dollar, you might want to do off of the 9 a.m., 10 a.m. New York time. Mark the levels 9 a.m., 10 a.m. on the euro dollar. U.S. session, dollar-driven situation. Check that out. All right, so we actually are at the 14 EMA where we can see a test for buyers. As a template, if we just blow through it, it's a very aggressive markdown. If we reject it on higher volume, then we know there's some demand in there, right? We got our answer here, so let's see. Normally, this is where you get the automatic support. The first level of support after weakness is normally here. I'll draw it in predictively. Likely to be a little support. So we're looking at potential euro dollar short. London hour trade, pound yen, pound dollar. No setup there. News is coming. See what we're comfortable with if that sets up. What would be ideal on the pound London hour trade? Ideal is it doesn't set up yet. News comes out in 15 minutes. And then not on news, but a little bit after, we get a really clean setup, right? Wouldn't that be the best? Like, what's the best case scenario here? I don't want to get in on news. I don't want to get in 15 minutes before news. So how about we get past news? 15, 20, let's say 20 minutes after news. We get a A+ perfect setup. 20 minutes, 30 minutes after news. I think if that happens, okay, that's probably best case scenario here, right? It's good. We're doing it live. We're dealing with real life, day-to-day stuff with this trade. Gaining a lot of experience. I'm flying on vacation later, Mr. Grayling. I will check now and then again and keep the win ratio high. Yes, sir, I will. Have fun. Vacation sounds nice. So we have our answer as far as the volume at the 14 EMA. where we could see demand come in, where we already know that the supply is active, selling is active. This is going to tell us about buy activity. That is low volume, closing at or near the low here. So even though this isn't technically a no demand because it's not an up bar, if you know, like traditional VSA, it still is communicating to me no demand. It doesn't matter that it didn't tick up a few ticks at some point before it closed. It doesn't change the whole situation. Why would it, right? And this one may be an actual technical no demand there, right? We're testing for buyers. Doesn't matter if it closes a little below the open or a little above the open. It's still a test for buyers. Sorry, software. If you call that a no supply, that's just going to hurt your brain. There is plenty of supply. That is not even the question. That's not what you're asking here. You're asking about demand. There, you see? Whoever's willing to buy, looking to buy aggressively here, this is where they're going to do it. Let's see them fail on low volume. And if we bring it back up, we want to make sure that the selling is consistent. It shows up again, and that'll be fine. If there's enough buying, which there probably isn't because volume drops so much, but if there's enough buying to bring it up, it could do a fake break, have high volume again. Test all over again, not hit demand, and you get in the short. But there's only so many things that can go on here, right? But judging from the very low volume on this test for demand, it's probably not going to be able to get up here anyway. So let's just say we're more likely to do this, and then look for the entry here on the push through the automatic support. Close below 14 EMA. Nice combination of things. Lack of demand coming in. Lower the volume, the better. The lower the close in the bar, the better. And we have our supply and demand imbalance. At a level we'd already be looking for that. It's not just anywhere. It's not a fake break of a range. Pretty good. No demand. Very special webinar. So this bar is almost closed, and we can already see the volume's not going to be high. So whoever's buying here, his name might be Eddie. All right, there's your no demand. Okay, there it is. Anyone got the software you want to confirm? Nah, that's okay. So it's very possible I'll be entering this below here. I should prepare. 25 pip stop would get me here. The stop loss I would like to allow just in case it does want to do a fake break. So I'd want to get my stop above that. So if we enter here, let's say at 50 and stop at 75, 25 pip stop. 26, 27, whatever it is to allow for that one last overshoot. Beyond that, I'd want to get out, right? So logical stop there. But again, the volume's so low on the test for buyers, we're not likely to get up there. So let's see if we get an entry coming up here. How much do I like this? This thing, I really would like to see this close above 14, maybe even close above there. Structurally, just get a higher high to help push this down. Is the euro weak? Yeah, it is actually. It's a little on the weak side right now, at the moment. At this very moment. Checking another broker. There's your weakness, no demand. Meanwhile, London hour trade, no setup yet. News is in 13 minutes. Sorry, 8 minutes. Oh gosh, don't set up now. So that would be, let's say this closes up on low volume. It's a long entry, right? That would be 5 minutes before high impact news. If this closes up and gives an entry. It's like we know there's something magical to these things when they happen. Is that completely irrelevant because news is coming up? Is the magic gone? Do we not get 50 pips with no drawdown? Because of news? I don't know. Eddie's stop loss target. Stop loss target. Let's see. Eddie's going long here. Oh, his stop loss is our target, right? Okay, so he's going long there. He's got Eddie's got this marked. So he'd probably put his stop there, which is not a big trade, but that's a first bunch of stops. Then there's going to be another bunch down here. The 25 pip move, that's all. It looks bigger. Yeah, this range isn't as big as it looks. Let's just go there. That would be a 50 pip move, 40 pip move. And then you got the bottom of the range. All of that, huh? Who knows? See, we even get the setup first. Okay. Testing for demand, right? No coincidence. I marked the support before it was support. How did I know that? I must have a crystal ball guru thing going on. Nope, it's the 14 EMA. That's how you know. That's it. You know where support is before it sets up. How? After weakness. Some kind of magic trick. It's just the 14 EMA. Where's to find that no demand? Where? That's where. News in 5 minutes. No setup on the London hour trade. That's what I prefer right now, right? What do we want? No setup. When do we want it? Now. When do we want it? 20 minutes after news. A plus setup. 10 out of 10. 30 minutes from now. Okay. Now the chart's going to listen to me. We have an agreement. Got to see this pop up. That's part of the deal here. I'm not completely trusting a weak euro to carry this trade. We need some strong dollar. If the euro is weak, that is a extra bonus plus good thing, of course. But it could be average. And with a dollar move up, everything will move down. Isn't it a good thing we wait for the test of demand? Buy, Eddie, buy. $22, that's our number. It's our average. It's always 22. That's good. Perfect. News in 3 minutes on the pound. No setup. I like it. Watch this close up on low volume. All right. Have a sip of coffee. Cheers, cheers. Yeah, we got 11 likes. Thanks. I'm only speaking to half of you. The rest of you get out. All right. $17 likes. All right, that's much better. Thank you. I like you too. We've got the pound news right now. It's not a number. Monetary policy report hearings. It sounds like a snooze fest. Members testifying on inflation and economic outlook. All right, so Ricardo, how are you? Can you please repeat your confirmation of weakness on the EU? Oh, it's textbook. First of all, remember, as I've been pointing out, this London hour spiky business is getting worse and worse, and it's making everything look low. So that's high volume. This is the actual market activity prior to that. These early things, Mr. Grayling told us it was some interest rate decision in Sweden or something. I don't know. But there's already an area, it's not random. We've identified this as a range, not accumulation or distribution, based on the volume information. After this down move, we had a new spike. Market is waiting here, not much going on. We don't see accumulation distribution confirmed. So it's truly a range. And then in that case, the best thing to do is sell high, buy low. And then, of course, fake breakouts. So that's textbook to look for the trade here in the first place. And then you have the high volume. This is the actual top of the range, right? Why does it like keep moving? Okay. That's the a resistance. That's the top of the range. I moved it to there. That's what it was. So it's actually a fake break of the top of the range with the weakness. So that's textbook. And then here's your no demand test here. We knew the support was going to form a support, most likely. It did that. Nice no demand situation. This got sold into. So it's looking really good. I'm looking for the push through automatic support here. This is all very textbook. $618 overshoot. The earliest I could get in is a close below the 14 EMA already here, which we could see in a minute or two. The latest I would want to get in is a close below here, at or near the low on low volume ideally. So I'm getting into the area where I can consider the entry. You see it now? Yeah, you know this stuff, right? Yeah. But it was good to again review the reasons for the trade here. Textbook. Again, this stuff is usually happening around U.S. session. It's nice to see it early. Coco gave a like. Thank you. So the news, if you want to call it that, the hearings are underway. How exciting. And like I said, ideally, we don't even have a setup to even worry about until after this. So that part happened. That's good. Now, let's see the reaction. Does the market even care? Here's your so-called news bar right there on the pound. Does it care? Do we care? This looks like light impact news to me. Looks like no news. Market doesn't care. But are they going to talk and they're going to say something and then the market's going to react in 10 minutes when they say that? I don't freaking know. I'm not listening to it, that's for sure. Inflation, they're going to talk transitory. It identifies as deflation. Very low volume on this candle, Mr. Dean says. Is it real? Good morning. Question mark. Yeah. Textbook stuff here. Down here we're looking at buy activity. So again, red bar, blue bar, purple bar, candy bar, doesn't matter. It's all about price area, and this is going to tell us about buyers, and this is going to tell us about sellers. It is what it is. So that is a no demand in my book. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? If buyers were interested, volume would be higher, and it would likely close higher than that off the low. And you even got this thrown in. So it's looking really good. And of course, the reason why this exists in the first place, that big break. So what do you think? Eddie's already long, right? Well, some Eddies got long here. And then off of this is like a scalp that we would normally take, except you don't take it because of that volume right there. So you wouldn't be getting long here by my scalp method because of that. But if you're not looking at volume and you're trading little pullbacks, you're getting in long here, and that's dangerous. Oh, Eddie. One question. Let's assume we are in an established trend and want to enter. We're waiting for a correction for entry, but how do you decide when a correction is over? Volume. Volume tells you how much you can expect a retracement. If it's a strong trend and I want to get in it, let's say this volume was average, low, and then this is behaving here. Look at the AJ trade yesterday. AJ trade yesterday is that. You have an established trend, and I'm trying to enter. If you were here yesterday, or you could watch that. And I'm trying to get into it. That AJ was coming down, coming down, coming down. I mean, in a quiet market, it was like one thing that was really trending. Weak Australian dollar. And then the volume dictated that this trend is likely to continue off a small pullback. So we got in off a small pullback. And so on. So the volume really tells you how much of a retracement to expect. How much of a pullback to expect. That's what you're asking, right? So it was extremely low volume in a place that would show, trading against the trend. And it was just very low activity. So we saw no real trading against that downtrend. So we expected a small pullback and continuation. Ernest, I'm considering a short. I just explained, if you're able to go back 5-10 minutes, I just explained the whole setup. But I'm looking to short the euro dollar. Looking at weakness, potential no demand. There's the weakness, and then a bonus weakness maybe here. Fake breakout of a range. Here's your test for demand. We knew in advance at this level. None of this is random. I'm not double clicking. Stop doing that. All right. So we're past the hitting of the news. It's a hearing, so I don't know how long it's going on for. But there seems to be no effect on the chart from that. Our volume has stayed average. This is technically the news scheduled time that this hearing begins. There's nothing going on activity-wise. We'll see if anything, if the pound even cares about this. So far, it doesn't care. So as I said, best case scenario, no setup. News comes and goes. And in 15 minutes, we get a nice A+, 10 out of 10 entry for the London hour trade. I'd be fine with that. And meanwhile, we're hunting the euro dollar short. All right, so we're caught up. This short is in a pre-identified area to look for the short. Fake breakout of the range of the last few days. We identify it as a range, not an accumulation or distribution, because volume is telling us that. Accumulation and distribution have different volume characteristics. Smart money is not pre-positioning for any particular direction. So if a range behaves like this on a fake break, it's typically going to keep ranging. Buy low, sell high. So the imbalance has already been revealed, right? The imbalance to the downside is there. But Pete, why doesn't it drop now? Well, I'll tell you. Because the sellers have to switch from selling into up moves, as they did here, even a bit, to marking down price intentionally. And they'll do that whenever they please. If they feel like this is going to move up and they can again work in positions and that's what they're looking to do and that's what they expect, then we'll see weakness again. We'll see sustained continuous selling up here. Usually in the case where you have this little demand on the test, you're not going to be able to get up there. But if we do, okay, we know why they're being patient. They want to sell more up there and they think they can get it. But the sellers have not switched into marking down price intentionally. They're positioning still in position mode. They didn't take advantage of the lack of demand and start marking down, so we wait. Again, good to see this early because this is usually a type of behavior in U.S. session. In the first few hours of U.S. is when this happens. Or lately, a little later into U.S., right? The first 5-6 hours even. This can happen late. Might get the GU trade. Oh gosh, thanks. All right, so 2 minutes left on this. I mean, do I still want to consider news? Even though we're after it, we're only a little bit after. Do I still consider that an additional risk here to the situation? Or do I just take my normal position size? Would be the question. Well, this is what I wanted, isn't it? Well, let's see. Mr. Dean, I would prefer to trade this short, the GU, if it sets up. So I'm hoping to see high volume here and rejection back in the 1 hour range. Yeah. It's funny, like we were saying with this trade. You say things like that, right? And then it closes up on low volume at or near the high. You go long. It runs for 50 pips, and you're like, okay, whatever. But yeah. There's a 618 up there. There's potentially this, which is not happening, which is why we're not short the euro dollar. I mean, you could have the euro dollar situation. It's not confirmed. If they think they can sell higher or whatever it is, you could have this, I'm not short yet, so I don't feel like it's probable enough to get short. You could have this go on and the GU long, right? Why not? But I know, I see it. I'd rather be shorting. Let me get rid of that for now. So higher volume into here, right? This is our sell area. Volume tells you about sellers here, buyers here. The imbalance is there to the downside. Could all work out. All right, so there's the close. Obviously, the volume is not there for the breakout trade to the upside. Let's see if we get the short. That's higher volume than the previous 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then looking at another broker, about the same. Again, though, if we're talking about shorting, well, first of all, how's the pound looking compared to others at this point in time? Average, okay. Let's see, euro versus the pound, chop. Pound Australia, yeah, okay. There's no particular pound strength or weakness going on. Being driven by the US dollar. So, if you're going short anything versus the dollar, this has got to happen for your trade. Double bottom. Okay, could be the London hour trade short. On the fake breakouts, what do we say? The sooner it confirms a fake breakout, the better. If it does it on this bar, that's ideal. If it does it on the next one, that's like what we took on Tuesday. That worked out just fine. If we sit up here for a while, then forget it. couple of bars, few bars is okay. But if we come and close in on the immediate next bar, that's ideal. So we're seeing that. So a few minutes before this closes and potentially confirms the GU short for the London hour trade. We are 17 minutes past news. It's precisely what I requested the market do. Precisely. Thanks for listening. We had a deal. Keep your end of the deal. It's one of those ask and you shall receive, I guess. Not start that today. Got to remove a bias. Yeah. Look at this, though. I think we're right. Please, where can I get your custom volume indicator? It is not custom at all. It's just pretty colors. It's a standard volume indicator. There's no volume indicators that are going to help you read volume. They're all trash. I just like colors. Don't worry about it. Price and volume. I would go to a naked chart, do price and volume, support resistance, and learn how to read the raw data. In my opinion, the potential GU short on the London hour trade is a 618 up there, maybe as additional protective level. But it looks like about an average stop on this. When I say average, is what, 25 pips? Depends where this closes. I mean, a 25 pip stop at this point, 30, 40, 55 would be here, and that's fine. 27 pip stop, you allow for a 618 overshoot, too. Euro dollar. So again, it's one of those situations where I could be getting in this trade. And what size position do I want to go in, considering, oh, I might get something else. I could get a euro dollar short. Obviously, it looks like the pound yen's not going to do anything. This is a dollar-driven situation, so it all kind of lines up. But I could leave a little room, risk-wise, to take something else if something else sets up. So there's the close. That has a lot of volume in that, so I want to get in there on the 1 minute and see what's up with that. Okay, there's the fake break volume. That's nice. So yeah, questions I'll get to after, because I'm going to definitely watch this closely right now. It's technically confirmed. I'm just checking things out. There's some volume here. Maybe I'll wait just for the price below to enter. So looking at this GU short here. I'll let you know if I enter. Just carefully considering my entry. I'm glancing at the chat while I'm watching this. 50 EMA, I'm not waiting for. That has nothing to do with the entry. Carefully considering what I'm going to do here. So the setup confirmed technically here, but I'm seeing high volume on the confirmation. I'm going to the 1 minute, seeing what is going on in here. And this volume occurred here. Okay, what's the reaction? Sideways. There's a bit of buying here. That's why I'm not short yet. I was going to get short if the reaction to this was easily lower prices. It's not. So I'm being patient. You could compare this pattern, right? Weakness, and then the lower price information. This is a warning sign. We just looked at the euro dollar. Weakness. No warning signs. Looking much better. Weakness again. So same type of situation. Is that even the 14? Well, now it is. But it wasn't. It should have showed a bit of demand there, so I'm being patient. It has to convince me. As far as this is playing out, it's still A+, good for the setup. We just haven't confirmed, but everything that's happened in here is good. As we've gone through in real time. And then now we even see this rejection off the zone to show us sellers are pretty aggressive right off of that level. Mr. Dean, you're already in. Didn't check the 1 minute volume. The only reason I checked it was because, I don't always have to check it, because the confirmation candle had a high volume, higher than this one. Bar. Confirmation bar closing inside the range is on high volume. Ideally, this is the highest volume, so I want to see, okay, what's going on in there. And I could have gone in there and seen high volume rejection here on the 1 minute off the high and say, okay, it's all good. But it's at the low. Now, it is a down bar that closed on its low. It's not a rejection of low prices, right? But then I'm looking at the result. Okay, all this activity, do we immediately start pushing and pushing, and I'm getting in the trade? But we're not. I'm not against entering, but if price is moving up, what am I missing? Nothing. Good point, yes. Yeah, I've done this a few times. That's something to look into when you've got weakness, but you're looking at the confirmation closed down. But that has high volume. What is that? You'll tend to check that and see the 1 minute, but check that too. If the volume's high. If it was low, I wouldn't have even worried about it. Wouldn't have thought about it. But it's good. Why we do it live. We get all these details worked out. All documented. Anything else of interest? AU, no. Pound yen is sleeping. Don't wake it. EJ, nothing, 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 nothing. I don't want a quiet market like we had yesterday. But we get what we get. Pound moving up against the Canadian dollar, moving up against the Australian dollar. Do we have weak pound? No. Do we have strong dollar? No. I see no reason to short the pound right now. Ooh, this is threading the needle, huh? Could still happen. If we're going to go up here, we want to see sell activity. Starting from this point. See the 1 minute. It happened the first time. This time, not so much. It doesn't change the past that there is an imbalance here. But what are they up to as far as timing? Oh, sneaky guys. What are they up to? Never get bored. Well, good. Definitely could get boring by yourself. There you go. Twists and turns, huh? Look at that. Could be thrown off by the news. Could be thrown off. Tuesday, great setups. Yesterday, an okay setup that I passed on that would have played out anyway. But today, very questionable. And we had high impact news 30 minutes ago, which is a hearing which is probably ongoing for a while. I don't know what, an hour? 2 hours? I don't know. At this point, technically, according to my rules of trading, I have two options as far as entering this euro-dollar short. I could enter on a no-demand break of 14 EMA here and then cross this bridge when we get to it as far as management. Or I could wait till all the way down here, which is not as many pips as it looks. It's a small area. I could wait till down here and get the push through the automatic support, closing at or near the low on lower volume as an entry there. That's the latest point I would get in. Or break test continuation. That would be the latest. But earliest I could get in is again, we know the 14 EMA is going to test for demand. If it's very low volume demand, everything else is good. Very low volume demand, we're likely to try to get through here off of that. And that's 7 pips away. So if it gets there and it's like, oh gosh, high volume strength, okay, stop at break even, right? So there's that option. This is also a really good price to get in as far as, cutting down risk. You save yourself this on the stop. Stop would be the same. So it's a smaller stop. So those are the options. Some of you know this. This is all taught in my course. If you have the course, you know this bread and butter, this whole situation, right? Or if you just watched my videos. So London hour pound short, I did not get in. This was questionable. You looked at the 1 minute, showed some strength. And like I said, if it just continued down, I would have been in. I need to see this result in some kind of lower price, right? Something. These just, it popped for a second, but we're not sitting down here starting to go. I would have been in. Closing at the low of the bar, high volume with a lower result. Yeah, I'm getting in. Weakness, London hour. So as this is moving up, right, if you're looking to short and price is moving up, you're not missing anything. Take your hand off the mouse and wait. All right. Oh, no, that's the 1 minute. I thought we were testing the 14 EMA here. No. Okay. So we have a moment. Oh, I have no coffee left. I think I'll make some more. I have to very closely watch the chart and very closely make my coffee. So any questions I missed, I'll have to scroll back and get to. But I don't want to get off track. I want to be connected to these moves right now. This, really focusing on this situation kept me out of getting short yet. And as things are progressing here, it's looking less and less likely that I'll take the short. I got to the point where I had my window open, ready to go down here. But I don't like this close up into this area once again. The golden key area to tell you what's happening. And we just accepted it like nothing. Where's the selling? So that's starting to not look good. Of course, we know 14 EMA is going to test for buyers. We see they're hanging around, aren't they? So a little buying there, a little lack of selling there. I don't like that for the short. If you're already in it, well, you're more aggressive than me. I'm doing it in real time. You see my reasons. Maybe you're still learning. You're on a small account. Hopefully you're not risking a lot of money. Because it looks a bit dangerous. But generally the whole question is the US dollar going to do this or not? It's hinting at it. It's suggesting it wants to do it. But here we are, right? No double bottom, let's go. No. That's 25 minutes of sitting at support. Or just sitting down, right? So that's what the market is asking. Are we doing this now? It's like maybe, maybe not. That's the market's answer right now. Maybe, maybe not. Keep standards high. Yes. Absolutely. And again, all for live and documentation. I don't know if we've dealt with this particular situation yet. Yeah, it's interesting because the London hour trade is so simple on the surface. And then we end up saying, oh, there's this detail and that detail and that detail. And someone may take it and I may not. And I have a reason that's not even explained in the London hour trade video because there's all these little details. But that's why I say 10 times in the video where you say, this is the rules of the trade. It's only 17 minutes. I say a million times, go watch the live streams because that's when you're really going to see this stuff. Those are just the general basic rules. And then you got these nuances. But this also just falls into the category of what I normally would do. Seeing something like this, if I'm looking to go short and I'm questioning, okay, what went on there? If this closed at or near the low, a little bit lower, and the volume was lower than the weakness volume, right? It's at least lower, not higher. I'd already be in. I just simply would get in on the close. Picture perfect, no problem. So that's something to look out for. Good to document these things. Okay, market's playing around. I'm gonna make a coffee. We're here. Be right back.
It had hit like a ton, like a loaded gun, waited in denial. It had sliced like a knife, so precise that I didn't feel it till it puddled. And one more chance would have never saved us or made it right. So when I finally found the strength to leave you, I left that night. I left that night. So say hello to all your lovers that you thought were undercut till your phone revealed them late at night. Say hello to your ex that you said was your friend. Hope that aspect was worth losing mine. Say hello to all your problems now that you have time to solve them in the corners of your mind. But say goodbye to my lips, the ones you're gonna miss. As I walk off and leave you behind, now kiss them bye-bye. Kiss them bye-bye. I had taken the abuse, sipped your gaslit juice, thinking that in time you'd come to realize I had lost all my friends, you were rude again. Funny how the booze uncovered all your lies. So even then I chose to see the good. Oh, because I thought that you
What are we doing? I'm still making my coffee. All right, if selling comes in here again, we're all good. We're seeing distribution confirmed.
You're gonna miss as I walk off and leave you behind. Kiss them bye-bye. Kiss them bye-bye. So say hello to all your lovers that you thought were undercover till your phone revealed them late at night.
All right, coffee is brewing. Sellers? Anybody home? Oh my gosh. Tricky. Wow. Keeping standards high. Yes, yes. Your trading is a lot like Wing Sun. I don't know who that is. I should look that. Concept is very simple and easy to understand, but there's so much finesse in mastering the technique. I guess so, huh? Not trying to make it complicated. I'm really not. Huh. Interesting situation brewing. While the coffee is brewing. There is no doubt that there was some big money that got short here. There is no doubt about that. There is no doubt about the fact that buying on the test for buyers was low volume, quite inactive. If the sellers don't show up here, it was a one-time event. You could call it profit taking. You could call it stop hunt on short positions. I don't know. But it's not distribution. They need to be doing this again here. But as I say, if you're in a situation like this, you're looking to short, and you have the luxury of getting the double top pattern. Too bad you got to wait. But you get the double top pattern, and it confirms. And again, high volume here, and it comes down. Your trade is even better. It's even better to go short. You've seen it twice. You know this is too much supply here. It can't do it. Along with lack of demand. If it's twice, it's even better for the short. But you also get to see maybe they don't show up. And again, we knew that this was going to be support in real time. Before any of this, right? We knew this was going to be the support and the test for buyers. None of this stuff is random. It's all like template stuff. So according to the template, we're all good if we see the selling again. It could be a fake break on some stops that on shorts that are premature here. If I was impatient, I'd have my stop here. I'd be in already. So maybe they're going to go get them. VSA traders going short. They think they're smart. But they're a little too aggressive. 14 EMA. Use it. But we'd all like to see some sellers here and get on with this, right? Again, this was part of the equation. This is when it didn't do this. Waiting. Something's not happening, right? Dollar index just confirming the situation inversely. And maybe this does reject and finally go. We're at a point where we got to see this stuff. Here it is. New high ground in distribution. There better be high volume on the 1 minute. There better be. Market. Yeah, it's kind of average. Slight increase. That's all you got? No, somebody just sold. Who was that? Lehman Brothers. Both of them. Well, the volume indicator's red, so should we ignore everything and just sell because of that? At least it's nailing that, right? Nailed that, the red. Yeah, don't worry about it. Just use a regular volume indicator. Here's what I'm using. Don't use it. $618 on the pound dollar, right? Are sellers excited? A little bit. Pound yen. Give me a break. You're not even living up to your legend. This is tiny. Look, this is 10 pips apart here. They're tiny. We need some real movement going on. Coffee's ready.
Suppose we just look into things a little further, a little further, a little further. What's the cause of this tension anyway? Tension. What's the cause?
One day, chilling with my space brothers, I traveled through a wormhole. Appear, reappear, the stone builder, gate of the gods. Strike with that pose. Coke in that notion, wanna be a model. What? Because she thought you gotta be thin. A little thick person, that's what dude told her. Many levels on the come up. The world could be rude and crude. Just seen no homegirl throw up. You won't regret I took steps in 88. I'm straight, a barrel click, a signature sound, you see them jakes. Just as hungry as mates, we all in here. A divided boom, you can feel it here. 7 monks amongst creatures that took the night. Only one can explain the details, dark lights. Behave yourself, you're caught up in the junkyard. Your peace robber, man, my mellow.
What's the
I'm
cause?
just another modern day warrior. A system breakdown, your government and warrior. I'm just another motherfucking yes man. Shit's out of control, fam. I'm just another modern day warrior. A system breakdown, your government and warrior. I'm just another motherfucking yes man. Shit's out of control, fam.
This reaction is brought forth by any situation which hinders free movement.
What's the cause?
A 100% American. And abundance for all.
What's the cause?
Made in the USA. America is busy now.
So what do you think? The VSA traders are taking a hit on a euro-dollar short right now? Ah! This is supposed to be the right way to trade. What did I do? Use the 14 EMA. Nice no trade today. Nice no trade. Nice not taking. I'm patting myself on the back right now, literally. That's good, man. Good shit. Thank you. Thanks, me. Thread the needle, man. Don't sway. Stay on target. You know what it was? This indicator on the bottom didn't turn red. Oh. That's why. I think I need a volume thermometer. Meanwhile, GU is choppy slop. Yeah, the great pound yen. Not living up to its name, the beast. Amazingly quiet condition. Ladies and gentlemen, London session. There you go. Just think of all the impatient traders that are all long and short. You think just because it's sitting here, people aren't getting in? Somebody bought here, right? Somebody's selling here, trying to get this. Selling, buying, selling, buying, selling, buying. Oh, gosh. I hope it just spazzes out and lets everybody stop. It's beautiful. Yeah, I guess so. This was... Shit. What are we doing up here? What are we doing with this? Logical explanation. It's only one of two things. Again, either these sellers here are looking to create distribution, continue to sell into up moves, but they expect higher prices. So this was an obvious place to start doing it. We know in advance, before price even gets there, if sellers are looking to sell, they're going to come in there. But logically, maybe they expect some higher prices. They're seeing it come in and they're being patient. and whatever, even higher, whatever, who knows? Or they're not. It was a one-time thing. And we trend up the rest of the day, and we don't see supply anymore, and we just go up. Completely possible, right? The thing that tends to stick in my mind, though, is that, yeah, we'd want to see more selling here. And we do have an increase in volume over the previous 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, there was some increase. Fake break pattern, quickly confirming, perhaps. And that's part of the pattern, and that's fine. And it's like, if we were going short here, we allowed for this. We were talking about a stop up here to allow in case this happens, because it's fine. And it could help your trade on a high volume rejection. The volume's not high, but it's higher than the previous activity. The 1 minute could be better, but it doesn't change the fact that there was an imbalance here of supply and demand. Very low volume here, except where you saw selling. No high volume on any demand at all. So I feel like it's still more likely to come down, especially if the fake breakout confirms. We know that one. If we close up on decreased volume up into here, it's pretty much over. But of course, the fake break is part of it. We can let that happen, see where we go. Refresh the Forex factory. What else? I swear there was something at 5 that went away. Wait, don't refresh your Forex factory. Wasn't there something 15 minutes after Pound News? I think they changed it. Anyway. All right, unemployment claims, 8:30. Pound GDP tomorrow. 2 a.m. All right. Couldn't close doing a fake break. What is this market doing? What are you doing? Smack in the face. What are you doing? Oh, it's so confusing. It's not confusing us. It is confusing. Figure it out. It's their problem, not mine. Figure it out, people. Trade the pound yen, will you? What? Because tomorrow is tomorrow's GDP. You're that scared? The yen is just completely dead. It's the yen, because the dollar and the yen drive things. If they're dead, you're not going to have much. The yen is just dead. My goodness. Remember these days? When the yen pushed everything around? Yeah, that was then. This is now. Bank of England live UK news talking about inflation peaks. Yeah. Are they saying it's done? It's over? Are they saying, what are they saying? Do you know? I don't even want to pay attention. So they're still going, huh? Still going. Okay. I mean, I guess, yeah, I mean, it is, we're in the thick of London session, and they're talking, and talking, and talking, and talking, and the pound yen is doing this. I'm going to bed. All right, I won't go to bed. You haven't listened? Don't waste your time. The whole world, the whole damn foreign exchange is listening to these frickin' people. Who cares? Get on with it. Get on with it. Everybody fell asleep listening to them. That's what happened. They were going to trade the pound yen and they passed out. Yen is working on its ATR, average true range. We'll get to work. This ain't the average. Unless you count this crap. And then we're having a regular day. So what's the plan? Euro dollar short has to convince me. I was close to entering. I would have entered on the break here. We have the 14 EMA. You know, there was a couple of things. Nothing happened yet. Double top fake break is okay. We should have more volume on here, but we'll consider how things go from here. But we need to come down soon for that to work. London hour trade, no entry. Yen pair is all dead, dead, dead. Yen is dead. Should we short the AJ again? The problem is the yen going to move up and help your AJ short? It doesn't look like it wants to do anything. Everything is extremely low probability at this point in time, in my opinion. Like, what's the next move? You know, I draw the lines. No high probability at this moment that I see. Have a sip of coffee. Got some music while Adobe. Could be a rare no trade session, right? 1 out of every 10, 5, 8 sessions, whatever. Every now and then. There's no trade. That's okay. No trade days are okay. Winning days are okay. Losing days are okay if you followed your rules and your risk plan. All of that is okay equally. Interesting week. Tuesday was a slam dunk. Yesterday was like trying to wring water out of a damp towel on that AJ scalp. Squeeze something. Get some drops in an extremely quiet market. At least we got that. And today is truly testing patience. Not for me, because I just follow rules. So I'm not in a rush to go, hang out, and see how things develop. See if any sort of high probability projection shows itself. We'd have to at least conclude with this situation here with the pound dollar. I hate that if anyone took the long before I did and jumped in, Mr. Dean. I hate knowing that you're short. But yeah, to see such low volume at 618, at least we have a projection there, which would mean this guy is just going to go. And yeah, tricky stuff today. That's not going to help this short setup at all. That's okay. No trade, that's okay. Account balance intact. Patience pays. All those things. So, like I said, I'm here. No, I'm not in a rush to go. We were very close to some entries, did not confirm. It's turning out that that's a good thing that we, of course, waiting properly for the confirmation and didn't get in it. The expected situation playing out is not playing out. And at this point, I'm taking it in. If we're going higher, the US dollar dropping. All right. The plan was originally that. If it's not happening, fine. I will adjust and see what's happening here. Do we expect this to continue and that be the situation? So far, it's starting to look like that now. Hey, pound yen. Hey, thanks, buddy. Oh, I'll get to your questions. Now I have to look at this. Do we take this? Oh my god. Okay, according to the roughly 3-hour rule on the London hour trade, this is only 2 hours. We're in safe territory as far as time wise. Are we going to get a really bad price on a long entry because it's just going to run off? Has the yen awoken? The pound just got hit with some buying. You see the euro is there on a bar. Pound is there. You see, let's go to euro coming down on the pound. All right, so somebody just bought the pound. Okay, well, technically we have the London hour potential entry on pound yen. Twists and turns today. How exciting. The question about the fib. The fib you recently drew on EU 5-minute was from low to high, but wouldn't you draw it from the high to low to look for a fake break of 618 on retracement up from the support? I draw it in the direction of the move that I want to measure the retracement of. So if I'm drawing it here, I'm drawing it on the down move, I want to see the retracement of that. So that's why I drew it that way. This down move, 50 to 618. If there's weakness here, maybe there's weakness again. So it's a area to test. So in the direction of the move that I want to measure the retracement of. If I want to measure the retracement of this move currently here, the swing, wherever that may top off, I would do it there. Did you watch the video on the fibs, as I suggested yesterday? So, potential London hour trade. That's medium volume. Slight increase over the recent range. Consider what to do here. You're sure I drew it from high to low? Yeah, I drew it from high to low. Exactly. From high to low. Yep. I wanted to measure the retracement of this down move, so I drew it from high to low. Correct. So as far as the short, I'm going to focus on potential entry here. As far as the short, not enough volume at all. That's not high volume. It's on the lower side. Looking at our recent range, or medium, we'll say it's medium. I wouldn't short the fake break. And I probably can't take the long either, so that's that, huh? Or does this guy ever get into a trade, or he just talks about it? And now we're going to do this. Well, look who's back on the table. Yeah, man. Ooh, and that would have hit my stop, too. Look who's back. Okay. Twists and turns. So, Dal, hopefully that helps. You'll see me draw more and more. Any more questions, let me know. This box here is not a fib, just in case you're thinking that. Make sure everybody knows this is not a fib zone. This is a supply zone off of those bars, which is no longer relevant. So now I want to see this high. I want to see... Let's get rid of the extra shit. That's an old resistance. Do we care? Do we care? I don't care. Yeah. Clean chart. Okay. Let's go. Wow. So tricky. If this happens. If it doesn't, it's even more tricky. You see it. I'm not delusional here. It's like, we're doing this. No, we're not. Okay, yes, maybe. It's yes, no, maybe. Oh my gosh. Well, it was almost a yes. I didn't actually get into the trade. It was very darn close to a yes. What is going on out there? What is going on? It's low activity chaos. What do we do? I'm not sure. Says Smart Money. Are we concerned? What do I call you? Is that two L's? It's all like blurry and small. I'll call you, I don't know what to call you. Al. I'll call you Al. Al. Mr. Al. Are we considering any shorts now? We are. We're considering everything I've been saying right here, which is, looks like it wants to short. Looks like it changed its mind, and it's a no. Now it's a maybe again. Here's your sell activity that didn't show up here. Lack of demand didn't confirm here. We got close to things. We're following an ever unfolding storyline. Mr. Al. Got Mr. Dal and Mr. Al. Mr. Al's going to be like, I'm a girl. No, he says man in your name, so okay. What a weird day. So close to setting up on a couple of things. If you're being patient, if you're keeping your standards high, you don't get in. You see that, okay, good thing I didn't get in. Now things have changed. What's going on? And then now it's like, all right, maybe we are doing that original thing. Maybe not. And we had a couple of moments of really not being able to predict what the heck may happen next. Usually I'm plotting something out. But it feels like a bit of randomness, confusion, lack of a plan. Dal and Al. And now you got this. Oh my gosh, this is funny. So we're saying, oh, okay, good, it's some volume, you got some weakness. And then we were just talking about this with the London Hour. The reaction candle has higher volume. Bar has higher volume. Let's go to the 1 minute. It's actually demand again. Oh my God. What is going on? Oh my gosh. You know what I'm saying? Today, it's every time you think you know what's going on, you're wrong. This is today. Luckily, I'm not in the trade. Standards high. Don't assume. Wait for confirmation. So that's all good. But that's the kind of day it is, right? As soon as you think you know what's going on, you're wrong. Come on, do this. Let's get on with the original plan. My goodness, back and forth, back and forth. Hey, at least it's not boring. Look like we lost like 9 people. What is this blip? We lost everybody for a second. Are we good? Okay. I'm leaving. This guy's not taking a trade. I'm gonna make some pizza rolls and play Call of Duty. Okay, the reaction to that is down. Take it as it comes. If there's a setup, there's a setup. If there's high probability things, I will point them out. We're here. Funky ass market.
No glory, just a melody. Every day I'm trying, I'm dying. Spot me. Every day I'm tired, yelling. Stop me. Every day I'm trying, all I know is just pain. I seen lots of murder. I burn you the same. Burn that, no one to blame. All you rappers the same. I'm insane. I'm pop bipolar, you rap for a new car. I make wonders. I'm rotten to the bone. Always been a fucking soldier. Too poisonous. Strike it like a cobra. Thinking you a moment. Jehovah or holy. You're lying. I stick you in a coffin. You're pitiful as an orphan. Please stop talking. As I turn away, my homie relapse. No reaction. Stick you so you never change your life. You build walls. I keep building, y'all. A flashlight hit your face. Same routine, y'all. Never seen this shit in this case. Another lost, confused face. Every day they continue to lace. Make your choice, killer. I'll go against Satan or Hitler. A SWAT sticker say hating niggas. A war far beyond the white skin, y'all. In between, when you scared, you act. Scared to black out. Most of them don't go back. There's no race 4 o'clock. Everybody
All right, so we have a situation to analyze here. Fake break or break test, right? We all should know this by now. This is our test area now for buyers. It's the 14 EMA and the previous resistance turn support. This is clearly, obviously, our test for buyers. Do we get a bullish pattern or a bearish pattern? Which way do we go? Carbon, what's up? No trade yet today. It's been twists and turns, like about to enter, and then the chart says no. About to enter, chart says no. And they've been good decisions to be patient and wait. We're letting things figure itself out. Got to have those days every now and then. It looks like it's going to go up. Well, the thing is the volume is showing selling into the up move. So we expected it to already start coming down, and it hasn't. Now, again, we'll find out. It's not as bullish. It's not as strong as it appears. You can see the highlighted areas of selling coming into high prices, right? I guess I'm calling you Mr. D New. I need to call everybody something. Probably totally wrong. Sorry. Actually, this is very encouraging. Okay, this type of day, yeah. If Pete can't even make sense of this market, then there's no hope for me. If I may dare to say, if I'm not making sense of it, there is no sense to be made. Dare I say. We actually followed it very closely, There was just some inconsistencies and probable things that didn't happen. And so you adjust and you adjust and you adjust until it starts to come together and play out a proper pattern. This is nice. So here's our test for buyers. 14 EMA, previous resistance or support. Could get the no demand here. Could get an immediate fake break confirmation without the test. If it's aggressive selling, let's go. Is this the original plan coming together? Very well might be. I'm able to get in short. Basically, this isn't the London hour trade. Otherwise, I would just need this to close right and I could get in. But there's a little more nuance to the regular way to enter here, which is what this is. Or I can see what's going to happen here. Give it a little time. As we know, in this case in advance, that was going to be a support. It's the same thing here. That's likely to be a support. If it's not, that tells you something. If it bounces on high volume, that tells you buyers. If it sits on low volume and then continues, that's typical. It looks like aggressive. Okay, it's aggressive. We're not even stopping. See, so when it goes off the template, it tells you something. Where's the buyers on the test? I kind of like this now. Maybe a little bit right there at that lowest price. What is that lowest price? It's already below the test area. This didn't bring that 1 minute volume. It's down here. So it kind of blew through that, to be very specific about the price. I'm kind of liking this idea. As I said originally, if they're not selling, they may want higher prices and may think they can get higher prices. And it looks like that's what happened. That was one possibility. It looks like it happened. The other possibility is it was a one-time event based on whatever, and it's not a confirmation that you should be shorting because weakness doesn't show up again and we go up. But it did show up again. And a good old fake break. Nice quick confirmation, right? Maybe we do pause here on low volume and continue and get a decent entry off of that. Maybe we get an automatic support setting up. But really either way, we're getting our straight answer here about, I don't see much. Is this doing its thing? See if that can get back in also. Do I care about that? Well, the more this moves up, the better. Is the euro actually weak compared to other things? Euro pound, chop chop, whatever. Euro Swiss, chop chop, whatever. Weakness. Double top fake break. I don't trade these pairs. I use them for reference. Yeah. Kind of like it. Allow for a fake break on the stop would give me about, again, the usual area. Yeah, I may be entering this trade here. Let me see. You're $1 short, potentially. Stop is going to be about, 86. Considering the short entry here. It's looking fine. Really nobody on the test here. Ooh, look at that volume dropping. Can this pop up right now? Yes, it can. All right, so I'm in the trade, euro dollar short. I'm in the trade, euro dollar short. Woo! Working today. In the trade, euro dollar short. Ooh, that feels good. That looks good. I like this. Stop loss. What did I say, 86? 25 pip stop gives me 89. Wow, okay. All right, get it in there quick, 87. So 23 pip stop. That's even bigger than I need to have it, but I'm getting it right away. If we get drawdown, we manage. Okay. Short euro dollar, 23 pip stop. Off a double top, fake break. Weakness, lack of demand. Extreme imbalance to the downside at this point. In the trade. Woo! I like it. I like it. In the trade, your dollar short. Stop loss 87. So, very high probability we'll get to this point sooner than later. And the reason why I'm marking that is not because it's some sort of main target, but it's an area that is important to see buy activity for the management of the trade. This is still our automatic support. Think of this as a Wyckoff chart, high time frame, right? The distribution, right? The automatic support, and the actual downtrend that we're hoping and expecting doesn't begin until you actually break here. Then you're in a downtrend. This is all still distribution area up here. So if it can get into a downtrend without strength coming in here, you know what I'm saying? Off we go. Okay, very good. But that's the checkpoint you're going to have to deal with is that. And we can also keep an eye on the fib here, drawing low to high. And if we get through this, just talking about checkpoints, areas that are going to tell us about buyers. We already knew the 14 EMA and this, and that didn't show any. And then we got to get through a fib area. This stuff, you know, you got to get through the checkpoints. You get through here without any problem with strength, then you're likely going there pretty fast. Same there. Okay. No trade today on the London hour. Trade, no setup. This volume here, this was potentially an entry on it, but it was medium. We need either high or low. So that just immediately cancels out everything. And then this one was almost, but not quite. Mr. Carbon, only time will tell at this point. Words of wisdom, Mr. Carbon. Ernest, what is the name of the indicator below the volume on your chat? It's called the trap indicator. Because it traps you into taking bad trades and I don't use it. What is it? I don't know. Don't use indicators. It's there for me to tell you. My advice is give up on indicators altogether. I have that there just so you ask. It's the Holy Grail. So a safer entry would wait for a break of the 618 fib without showing strength coming in. Safer? Yeah. At least it would be an additional piece of information to tell you lack of buying. Yep. It would be further confirmation, yes. I have a video called Let's Talk About Indicators. So you get all your answers there. First 10 minutes is me talking you out of using indicators. You thought I had a MACD. I had some glorified, disguised MACD. All right, let's see. Let me do this. I forgot. What is it? Oh, God, you guys are going to go put this on your chart. Try to trade. PBT, okay? I don't know. PBT. Price, bottom, top. I just made that up. Okay, there you go. So if you're going to follow what I do, what you do is you put this on your chart, right? You change these colors, you do this. And then what do? You ignore it. So it's cool, it's fun. Remember Christmas we had the ornaments. Maybe I'll do like seasonal colors. What's coming up? Valentine's Day. So I'll do red and darker red. St. Patrick's Day, we'll just do all green and dark green. Pink and black, or Blackpink, your favorite group. I know Carbon. Carbon's obsessed with Blackpink. I just made that up. Come on, let's have a dance off. Me and Carbon are gonna live stream a dance off to Blackpink songs. If you guys want to watch. Shirts off, sweaty. We'll do it on Twitch. Why am I obsessed with this idea of a shirts off, sweaty dance off? I don't know. It's freaking hilarious. That's why. Why else? Because I really want to see you, But yeah, you got Blackpink posters on your wall, right? Just like Naomi. You have a shrine to Blackpink in your bedroom. I know you do. Oh, that's nice. So if this happens, it's a dub. Dollar index. Is the euro generally weak? What is it right now? It looks about average. Oh, it actually popped up against a few. I'm not too worried about it. Mostly this is going to affect it. That's 80% of the effect right there. Unless some crazy stuff starts happening with the euro randomly, this is going to be driving the trade. That goes up, we go down. So the template of this trade working out would be, it's fine if it wants to take a little break in this area. We know that the fib is there and stuff. You get low volume. It wants to test a little bit. If we can get to this point without any strength coming in, then it's likely going to move more quickly and get to this test there and so on. See what's happening. Oh, a little little activity on the fib. Not initially, though. Initially, it's on the up move with a lower result. Things got a little more active. It was so quiet. But it's not a high volume rejection off the entry of fib, so that's good. We just kind of got a little more active on a sideways thing after that. I'll be back in a minute. Well, music's off. All right, I'm here in the euro dollar short. Keeping an eye on it. So I wouldn't be looking to get into any other dollar-based trade. As far as the yen pairs, I don't like the way they've been behaving today. So choppy. Nothing on the yen that's about to make me want to add more risk in life. We'll see if they actually start moving around or what. This is the main event that we need. Strong US dollar for the next 30 minutes, hour, 4 hours, all day. I kind of like this, the way it's settled into looking for the London hour trade. 9 times out of 10, that's a winner, and we're looking for that. If it doesn't set up, okay, let's just focus on what other opportunities. Maybe we get one. Good plan. But I really, really like the setup, obviously, or I wouldn't be in it. But, you know, we weren't in the most straightforward environment every moment there. But the way it came together, it's like, this is the kind of trade, if it doesn't work out, I'll still take it again. It's a high probability situation. So either way, it's all good. Let's go. I won't start talking about the multiverse. There's only 13 people in here. We're doing it for the 13. Let's go. Lucky 13. Am I on? Yeah. You like today's video more? Has so much more. I can't read. It has so much knowledge. Oh, good. Yeah, we really dug in here, didn't we? We're forced to. And more chart works. Yeah, more chart work going. Rewatch this again and again. Okay, very good. Very good. Very good. Hey, I stayed on topic today. All right, so I heard this new theory, guys. All right, no. But the chart kept it interesting, right? It twists and turns. Almost getting in, saying, oh, this is going to happen, and then, oh, it changed its mind. Is it not sure? Maybe they're doing this. And then the answer comes, yeah. Hopefully. I love this trade. If it's a loss, I'm going to go, man, this market is screwed up. I took a good trade. Probabilities, what are you going to do? I like it. $25 likes. Nice. Thanks for the likes. Hit the like. There's more likes than people in here now. And people are impatient. Well, you know, maybe you got stuff to do. Besides just sit there and click around and make money. You might have other important things. That's fine. Not out of the woods yet. Let's go. 618. No buyers, no whammies. Which reality is this? Oh, it's the good one. It's the good one. $26. Thank you. Act like it's a freaking donation or something, you know? $5 from Zuriel. Thank you very much. I appreciate you. Carbon sent $1. He says, dance off on Twitch. I'm out here asking for likes like it's a damn donation. I really don't care. I don't know. If this trade works out, damn, I'm good, man. Shit. Damn, I'm good. Can I say that? If we get here, can I say that? Damn, I'm good. Shit. Just fucking around. You need to install text-to-speech software. Oh, yeah. That's funny when the text-to-speech reads out what the person says and it's some messed up shit. That's funny. But no, I don't want that to sound the wrong way. Like, oh, I'm so great. I say it in a grateful way. Okay. Thank God I'm competent. Very grateful for that. Is that better? So 618 overshoot could have brought an issue with buyers, and it tells us the opposite. No demand. That's what we got. I'm really not worried about it. This is the key. Oh, yeah. That is the key. Zero. We are the original 10 here. Yeah, this is the core. We're down to the core. It's like whoever's meant to get this is here. Everybody else can F off. We don't give a F. You can say whatever you want. There you go. Sorry, I had to eat something. Are you in a trade right now? Ah. Yes, I am short the $1. Entry was during this bar here. Or this one? I think it was this one. Yeah. So my price was 64 and a half. 64. Oh, that's a little lower, huh? 64 and a half. Well, spread. A little spread. All right, chart says all is well. Doesn't have to go in a straight line. 64.9. Cool. I got 64.5. All right. So one-to-one target is really actually about here.
Any situation which hinders free movement.
And let's see if we're coming down what we're dealing with there.
and abundant for all. Made in the USA.
618 lines up with that. That might bring some buyers.
Is busy now.
That's a good first or main sort of target area. Close some logically, especially if you see a lot of demand. If you don't see a lot of demand, maybe you close a little. Then you look for the rest. Continue. Correct. Yeah, stop loss at 87. Sellers for the taking. Chart is fine. Doesn't have to go in a straight line. The main thing is if it's looking good. If it wasn't looking good, it would be strength here. That's some warning sign. That's not there at all. It's like picture perfect, really. I mean, it's only probability, but it's very high probability to drop. It really should get out of this area, this whole area, with no problem. You want to call that a no demand? Go ahead. No demand, whatever. Lower prices tell you about demand. All right, let's get on with it. Anything else of interest? Probably not. What are these guys doing? Yeah, the euro's on the weak side compared. That's good. This guy broke out, but it's messing around. I guess it's a break test continuation. But had some medium volume, is what it is. The second trip up here is not showing as much weakness, so it may go higher. This is like what we were looking at with the euro dollar pattern, and it was up here that we found weakness again, kind of deal. So that might continue. We don't see much weakness to create a double top. Not going to get into that. Yeah, the yens are just, If they start moving around for a while, then I'll see what it's telling me. But it was so slow. It's just kind of waking up out of it, hopefully. So that's the yen pairs. And as far as the dollar pairs, I wouldn't want to get into another position because the dollar, US dollar, is driving the situation on all the dollar pairs. So nothing to do. Except talk about conspiracy theories. No. extremely weak euro at this very moment in time right now at this moment. These things come and go. But you see the euro current 5-minute bar down near the low. Pound up. Australian dollar up. You see it on EJ as well. Compared to the pound yen. I'm sure the... yeah, this is probably going to go now. If we're going to continue to see weak euro. Let's do that. A little activity coming in sort of randomly. Let's see what that leads. Pete, is it possible for you to type out your trade details on the live chat? That would be possible. The reason why I don't do these things, I could even put it on the chart, you know. Current trade, short euro dollar, this and that. The reason why I don't do that is because I don't want to turn into, and I'm just saying this generally, if you're wondering why I don't do these kind of things. I don't want to turn it into like a signal service where people could just pop in, not pay attention, and then when they see that I'm in a trade, just take the trade and not pay attention and not, you know what I'm saying, turn it into a signal service. It's like you have to pay attention, otherwise you're not going to know what I'm, you know what I'm saying? But I will just tell you that I am short from euro dollar 64.5. Stop loss at 87. It's actually typed in already. Other people typed it. So there you go. Had a bit of activity come in. We'll see if the reaction is a lower close, and that will be good information there. Weakness, weakness. Trying to learn how to fish exactly. But you see why I do that, right? Do not want to turn into, yeah, there's a nice reaction off the volume. Do not want to turn into a signal service where people could just not pay attention and copy my trades. I'm not going to make it that easy. Got to work for it. But here we are. 64.5 is where I got short euro dollar, stop at 87. Signal service. Let's make it $3.99 a month. You want to do it? Nah, we'll just do this. If you donate $2, guys, Pete will post his entry in the for donations. Oh, gosh. So, like I say, Off of that volume increase, we wanted to see a lower reaction. The sooner the better. The lower the better. If the activity is increasing in the market, let's have it be selling. And that's a nice close squashage there. So everything looks fine. Only up whatever this is now, 8 pips or 7. And as I say, I need to wait till some reasonable, of course, risk-reward, reasonable reward area to think about taking any profit. But until then, I will react to bad information on the chart if anything pops up. If I don't have bad information on the chart saying buyers are coming in or any issue going on, then I have to leave it, of course, until generally this area. So that's where it's at. Do nothing, right? I do nothing unless I see, basically in this case, strength coming in, rejection, or high volume leading to higher prices, something like that. So it looks fine. Carbon trying to fit in. Yes, smart money. That was, yes, you please do that for us in our trade today. Yeah, that's good. That's good, though. Come on, smart money. Let's go. Oh, we're going to the multiverse? Yes, I think I might have to do that if we're going to stall. Is the line you drew at 10752 former AS still relevant now? 0752. Oh, this guy. Yes, it is. I still consider this automatic support after a double top fake break. Still, yes. If another automatic support was to set up here, then I would label that. And whatever with names and labels, it becomes a test for demand breakthrough on lack of demand thing, and then this becomes an area. You just treat it like a support either way, right? But yes, it's still a relevant level, and I would still consider the downtrend not begun until we get below there. This is the distribution range, all of it. But you could have something else act like an automatic support and then have to deal with that in the same type of way, and then have that. You're already in multiverse. You can't go there. If you go to the multiverse, then where are you now? Now, what is this all about? This really came out of nowhere, huh? Everything was good in this price area. We didn't really go anywhere else yet. And then this happens. Maybe it's the all-day... Something happened. Is this generally... Okay. Huh. There was no warning sign that anything was acting up. So I'm not too worried about it. But it did sort of randomly... Again, it didn't go to really a new price area. The volume just increased where we had been for the last 10 minutes. So that has a bit of a randomness to it. Initially, the reaction was good, and then now we're doing this. It's still a little funky today, right? But the setup is totally, to me, trustworthy. No regrets. But this kind of came out of nowhere. The probability of the setup playing out is still there. This is just kind of weird. See what it does. Pound yen. I'm not particularly looking to get in anything against the yen. It's been so flat, and then finally got something. Now, me personally, no. Trying to scare the shorts? All right, don't get scared. Trying to attract some buyers, maybe, so we can go get their stop. When their stop gets hit, price drops further on your already running short position. Again, my opinion of this trade, especially if people are in it, is to say the setup is really nice. Nothing's guaranteed, but I'm not questioning anything about it if it's going to start going sideways or whatever. It's like I wanted to say I'll be surprised if it doesn't play out, but of course, it's not guaranteed. It's just probability. You could do one more run up, 30 pips, 40 pips, and then hit even higher weakness, and then come down the whole rest of the day, whatever. But there's probably not enough buying to make that happen, and obviously, it's not a high probability. So I'm here, keeping an eye on things, let you know if I do anything. I'm not about to get into any other trade. We already did our usual 3 hours, but I'll hang out, see if we end up managing this, what goes on here. Oh, what's that? Shirts off Signal service. Yes, that's going to be extra. $8.99 a month. Actually, I'm going to move this over to OnlyFans if you guys want to join.
No glory, just a melody. Every day I'm trying, I'm dying. Spot me. Every day I'm tired, yelling. Stop me. Every day I'm trying, all I know is just pain. I seen lots of murder. I burn you the same. Burn that, no one to blame. All you rappers the same. I'm insane. Pop bipolar, you rap for a new car. I make wonders. I'm rotten to the bone. Always been a fucking soldier.
So again, we're in a trade. I'm in the euro dollar short. I don't know about you. I'm short euro dollar. Everything's looking fine. Just being patient. Not about to get into another trade, so here to see if we can manage it. Hopefully soon together. Let's all 21 of us together meditate to defeat the power of the 50 EMA. It has no power. There is no 50 EMA.
But Dr. Laird, can people do something to avoid tension?
Next course will be how to make chart reading sexy for you OnlyFans account. Oh my god. We found the magic formula.
Tell people more about the advantages of our product. Our advertisements are appearing everywhere. And that cannot continue long. That's one of the things I guess we'll have to do without for a little while longer. Going to be awfully hard on them and their families. I hate to break the news. I told you so. You know, I'm worried.
City kids doing shrooms late at night in their rooms on the street, skipping school, getting high and shooting pool, and everywhere
Hey, wait, the 50 EMA actually disappeared. Look, it worked. There is no 50 EMA. There is no spoon. There is no nothing. There it is. It's vanished.
Friday night in the cellar, lights go out, helter skelter, sneaking out of the suburbs, a bass guitar player and a drummer, and everywhere that they go, you can hear a radio to the sounds they are swaying, is rock and roll music playing, and they are totally addicted.
You were doing what? That might lead to climactic action. It worked. There you go. Hey, look. You stopped. You stopped meditating. It's back. Go, 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 go. Meditate. It's back. What are you congratulating? You don't congrats until your stop is at break even. Then I'll take it.
Teenagers multiply when they start getting high. Rock and roll is the drug, but so are all the other drugs. And everywhere that they go, you can hear a radio to the sounds they are swaying. It's rock and roll music playing, and they are totally
Mr. Carter, yes, I did. And yes, correct.
Don't say it, mister.
That is up to you. I got in at, what was it? 64 and a half. It's written up in the chat. Yeah, 64 and a half is where I got in. Stop loss at 87. Not a signal service. We're going to OnlyFans for that.
Thought you were asleep.
As far as targets, once I get into one-to-one risk-reward area, I can consider closing based on what the chart's saying as a first target. Do some analysis, see if I expect it to continue or not. Besides that, if I see any trouble on the trade before one-to-one, then I can manage it. So yeah, again, to repeat, the management there. Hopefully you caught that. Again, I'm looking for one-to-one before I can touch the trade and start banking any. And how much I bank, if I bank, how long I hold it after that point is based on really seeing if demand's coming in or what the situation is. Because if this thing is going to chop and sit around, at least you know what the plan is if we end the stream. This is looking a bit weak here, the pound yen. It barely finally got out of this range and the London hour range and all that. And then it's double top fake break with some weakness. Look at that reaction. So it might just come back into all of the weeds again off of that, right? Yeah, up move on the yen. So that's just bringing all the yen pairs down. That might be legit. Yeah, some of them are pretty flat volume-wise, just kind of going with the wind, though. But the pound yen saw a bit of weakness there, that pattern. Probably going to come back into the weeds or bottom of the range. When's the news? So that's coming up in an hour and 15 minutes. Okay. I think what I'll do is maybe end the stream if this thing can't get going. And then near future. But I can pop in the Discord and let you know how I'm managing the trade. Make sure you're in the Discord. Because again, I see nothing wrong with it. Things just got quiet. The setup is intact. Philip, very welcome. Cool, yeah, we did do some intense stuff. We stayed on topic today. Okay, good, good. It was useful. All right, so it moves when it moves. I will pop in the Discord if things get going and we got to make some decisions. Good, good, good. All right, cool. Today's Thursday. All right, I'll see you on Tuesday. Thanks for attending. It's been fun again. Fun week. Let's get this dub. Last dub. Use the force. All right, cool. Have a good weekend. Trade safely. All right, guys. See ya. See you in the Discord.